Hello, it's Audio-Based Chris here. This time I've got yet another MiSTer video, but this time I'd like to talk about using my updated Install RTG disk. I've changed the disk around ever so slightly, so now it allows you to install retargetable graphics on MiSTer running the Minimig core, and it also allows you to install the shared folder, and I've made it sort of fairly simple to use. So, to get started, you need to access your MiSTer from the Windows side of your system. What I've done here is I'm using a program called WinSCP, and I've connected to the MiSTer, and you need to go to your Amiga directory. Now normally, if you're using an SD card to store everything, your Amiga directory will be in FAT, Games, and there'll be an Amiga directory here. In my case, however, I'm using an SSD, so it's in USB, Games, Amiga. You then need to create a shared folder here. Now I already have one created and I've got a few things in here to play with, but once you've done the shared folder, that's it for then. You can now move across to the MiSTer, which I will do now. So let me just switch my KVM over. So here we are in Minimig. Oh, this will fail, actually. I've got the wrong kick ROM installed for this, so once it complains, I'll just change it around. There we go, let's change it. I want this kickstart. There we go. And now if I reset that, should boot into a nice, clean, unsullied Workbench 3.1. Here we go. Completely stock. All I've done is install it. So, untouched by human hands, I'm now going to get my Install RTG disk, link to which will be in the description. Open it up. And as you can see, we've got three icons here. Install RTG1, Install RTG2, and Install Share. So Install RTG1 and Install RTG2 have already been covered in another one of my videos, although I will point out that this new version of the disk, I've improved it ever so slightly by removing relative paths, so it should work no matter which drive you put it in, and it will also fix the error message you'll get saying UAE graphics not found, because it'll actually delete it before it installs the new MiSTer card. So we're just going to deal with the install share. Before I do that though, I want to show you exactly what is on this disk. You can do this yourself to check my work, just to make sure that it's not about to do anything nefarious. So to do that, we're going to do ed install share. And all it is just a simple command line which decompresses the LHA archive on the drive and drops it into your system directory, and then it mounts the share at the end of the script just so you can see it works. So I'm now going to run that and you can see how it works. So if I double click install share, that's that, and as you can see, we now have a new drive appear, and this is the shared directory. So how did I bring that up? That's dead simple. If you want to oops, excuse me. The command I ran to make the share appear was mount share. Obviously it's already mounted. If you want that to come up when you start Workbench, then you go to ed start up hyphen sequence, sorry, ed s colon startup sequence, and I normally drop it in underneath bind drivers. So if we go C, mount nil, and then you want share. Okay, hit escape, hit X to save, and then close that down. So what's this actually done? Well, let's reset it and find out. So this will now boot into Workbench 3.1, and it should just boot up, and you should have your shared directory just working there, nice and happy. So why do you need a shared directory? Well, as you can see, we've got quite a lot of files in here, and some of these are a little bit too big to fit on the disk. To get files in and out of Workbench and stuff is pretty tricky unless it fits on a disk. So what we've got here is a directory you can literally FTP to and send files which you can then access on the Amiga side, and you can copy across files that are things that are too big, like directory opus here, 5.91 OS3. That's far too big to fit on a single disk. But what you can do is you can copy it across to your RAM disk or your Workbench from here, and away you go. So yeah, that's pretty much it really. I hope you found this useful. Again, if you want to know what the other two things on the Install RTG disk do, then there is a video that I did a couple of weeks ago on my channel. If you are enjoying what I'm doing, feel free to subscribe. I drop videos in about random subjects here and there. Obviously, if you liked it, feel free to thingy, you know where you thingy, and if you didn't like it, feel free to thingy. That's cool as well. Leave me a comment, tell me off, or anything you like. Thanks very much indeed. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will see you later.